everyone, this is Doug, and this is my demo project just to show how to use Playwright to write end-to-end tests. This is a Next.js application. I created just a dummy project. There's basically nothing in there. You could use any React application, and we're going to be testing this instead of writing an application and then testing it. I'm going to use an unrelated external project that I found, that quiz. And if I show you what they do, this is their website. And we're going to go into integer arithmetic. And basically what our test is going to do is going to click here. It's going to see these math tests. We have some configuration here. We're just going to basically ignore. And what you're going to see on the test is we're going to read this problem here that it's proposing. We're going to type the question here on this, press the OK button, and check if the right and wrong numbers are correct. So this is what you're going to see on the code. So we're going to go back there and look at our test. First of all, we're going to land on the first test that we run with Playwright. We're going to visit this URL. So we go to URL, and then we're going to expect to have the title, that quiz. So if we go back there and then visit, this is the title we're looking for, just to make sure we're in the right page. The next test, we're going to go into this link here. So for the next test, we're going to get 100% right. This is what I'm simulating for this test. We could do other types of tests, but I'm describing it as I'm going to get 100% right of the answers. So we go back to that same URL, and then we get by test arithmetic, and then we click on it. We're going to expect the text equals to be visible. So that's the first test we do. We go here, and then there has to be a equals there somewhere in the page. And then we're going to loop through. So I'm doing a 10 loop here because I know there are 10 questions. Let's ignore what happens here in the middle first, because the code I put there between lines 16 and 42 is just me solving the problem that is proposed. And then at the end, I'm going to expect the score to be 100%. So that's my end goal, to answer everything correct 100%. Now let's expand this and look what I'm doing here in the middle. In the middle, I get what the math challenge is. So I know this is where it is. And then I'm going to split on the space, which is basically 9 space plus space 6. And then right answers and wrong answers, at this point, they're both going to be 0. So that's what I'm expecting here. I start the counter at 0, and then both have to be 0. And that's what we have here, right 0, wrong 0. And then I'm going to expect the math operations to be within the math operations that I expect, which is plus, minus, times, and divided by. But I believe this is just plus and minus, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't matter. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to set the result as 0, and then let's expand here. And then depending on the operation, I'm just going to set the result to be something else. That's the switch statement. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the input with ID C with the result that I have. So basically, this input is the one that we're targeting here. So we're going to locate that input and fill it, and then press enter. We're not pressing the button because pressing the enter key or OK is the same thing. So we don't need to do a button click. Otherwise, I would do a button click, which is more explicit, but just pressing enter. And then if we run this test, then we create the script here, test end to end, and then this is the command to run with the UI. You can run without the UI, just omitting this section here. But I want to see what's happening. I just don't want to run it and forget about it. Maybe in the pipeline, you don't want to see what's happening, but we want to see what's happening. So we're going to run the test. Opened on my second screen, I'm going to bring it here. And then the first test, we're just making sure we're in the right place. So this is the first quiz that we're gonna do. And then we run that test by pressing play. We can press on all of them, but we're gonna go one by one. And then what's happening is it's visiting that page, and then that's it. It has the title, the test passed. We have the check mark. The next one, it's gonna loop 10 times through the questions, and then we see that happening in rapid succession here. So it goes, we can see here, it goes to that page. There is the first question. It fills it out with 13, and then it moves on to the next one, and then the next one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it lands on the score. This is where we're going to see the 100%, and that's the test that we have there at the end. And our test succeeded because we have score on to be visible, and we expect the score to be 100% because we got all 10 questions correct, and then we get a check mark here. That's it. That's Playwright in a nutshell.